Hello, I'm Leonard Maltin. Welcome to Disc 2 of Disney's Legendary Heroes. Walt Disney loved American history. You can see that in his original conception of the Disneyland park, and you certainly see it on his television show. When he was looking for heroes who might walk in the footsteps of Davy Crockett, someone suggested Lieutenant Colonel Francis Marion, the patriot known as the Robin Hood of the American Revolution, who earned the nickname the Swamp Fox. It seemed a perfect choice. There were 8 hour-long shows about the character, beginning in 1959, and many of them were filmed right here at the Golden Oak Ranch in Newhall, California. Walt also chose well in casting Leslie Nielsen as the charismatic leader of these colonial freedom fighters. A veteran of live television in the 1950s, Nielsen was also known to moviegoers for his work in such popular films as Forbidden Planet and Tammy and the Bachelor. It's only in recent years that he's acquired a reputation as a comedic actor, since the success of Airplane, the Naked Gun movies, and such. In the Swamp Fox series, he's surrounded by experienced actors whose faces will be familiar to any movie buff. People like former leading man Dick Foran, John Sutton, Myron Healy, Richard Erdman, Joy Page, and pioneering African-American actress Louise Beavers. Tim Considine, fresh from Spin and Marty and the Hardy Boys, plays Marion's nephew. And in the role of a British officer who's stripped of his clothing, you'll see a young Patrick Macnee, who later gained worldwide fame as Mr. Steed on the British TV series The Avengers. Even though most television sets were black and white, and his own show was broadcast that way, Walt Disney had the foresight to film his programs in color. He often spent more on these hour-long shows than he got back from the network, because they had to look good. After all, they bore his name. Walt and his producers also hired people of experience to write and direct shows like The Swamp Fox. Director Harry Keller was a veteran of westerns as both film editor and director. Writer Lewis R. Foster, who also wrote and directed many Zorro episodes, had a resume dating back to the silent movie days with Laurel and Hardy, and a keen sense of storytelling. He was one of the screenwriters on Frank Capra's Mr. Smith Goes to Washington and George Stevens' The More the Merrier. He also wrote the lyrics for the Swamp Fox's theme song with Disney composer Buddy Baker. These Hollywood hands knew all about storytelling, and that's why Walt Disney valued their services. That's also why the shows still hold up today. So now let's learn about the birth of the Swamp Fox as we turn back the clock to October 23, 1959, when that episode first aired on Walt Disney Presents.